Hello, how are you today? I hope you are well. Let's see today's story. Hi, my name is Sofia. I'm 27 years old, and I'm from Brazil. For a long time, I dreamed of improving my English and exploring new places. So, I finally made a big decision. I came to the United States to study English and experience life in a new country. Today is a special day. I'm going to take my first domestic flight alone in the US. I'm flying from Miami to New York. I'm excited, but also a little nervous. Airports can be confusing, and doing everything in English makes it even more challenging. But I believe that every challenge is an opportunity to learn. And that's what this video is all about. You're going to follow my journey through the airport, learn useful English phrases, and practice with me. Ready to go? Let's begin our adventure at the airport. Remember, listen carefully and repeat after me to improve your English. I arrived at the airport 2 hours before my flight. The place was big, bright, and full of people walking quickly with suitcases. I looked around and saw signs everywhere: departures, arrivals, baggage claim, security check, and many others. My first step was to find the correct terminal. I checked my boarding pass. It said, Airline, JetBlue, Terminal C, Gate B12. I took a deep breath and thought, okay, Sofia, let's find Terminal C. As I walked, I repeated the signs I saw. Departure, the area where flights leave. Arrival, the area where flights land. Gate, the place where you wait to get on the plane. Check-in, where you show your documents and get your boarding pass. Soon, I saw a big sign, Terminal C, this way. I followed it and finally reached the check-in area. I was feeling nervous. My hands were a little sweaty. Everything was in English and people were talking fast. But I kept repeating the words in my head. Terminal, gate, departure, boarding pass. It helped me stay calm. Now it was time to go to the airline counter and check in. That meant I had to speak English with the staff for the first time today. I looked at the line, smiled to myself, and thought, let's do this. One step at a time. When it was my turn at the check-in counter, I walked up to the smiling airline agent. Hi, I'm flying to New York today, I said, trying to sound confident. Can I see your ID and ticket? She asked. Sure. Here you go, I replied, handing her my passport and printed boarding pass. She typed something on her computer, then looked up. You're all set. Your gate is B12. Boarding starts at 1:45 p.m., she said. Thank you, I smiled, feeling proud of myself. Let's pause here and practice the conversation together. Hi, I'm flying to New York today. Can I see your ID and ticket? Sure. Here you go. You're all set. Your gate is B12. Thank you. Now, let's go over some key vocabulary. Check-in, when you show your documents to the airline and get your boarding pass. ID, your identification, like a passport. Gate, the place where you board your plane. You're all set. This means everything is ready. When you travel, these phrases are super useful. Even if you feel nervous, remember, speaking slowly and clearly helps a lot. After the check-in, I looked at my boarding pass again. Gate B12. I had a little time, but before going there, I had to pass through security. That would be the next challenge, and I wasn't sure what to expect. But step by step, I was doing it. And so can you. After check-in, I followed the signs to security check. The line was long, but it moved quickly. As I waited, I heard the security officer repeating the same instructions. Take off your shoes, take out your laptop, and put all items in the bin. When it was my turn, I placed my suitcase on the belt and took a plastic bin. I put my jacket, phone, backpack, and laptop inside. Then I removed my shoes and walked through the scanner. Beep. The alarm sounded. I felt nervous. "Ma'am, do you have anything in your pockets?" the officer asked. I checked quickly. "Oh, yes, my keys. Sorry." I took them out, put them in another bin, and walked through the scanner again. This time, no beep. "You're good to go," the officer said with a smile. "Let's review some important expressions. Take off your shoes. Take out your laptop. Put all items in the bin. Do you have anything in your pockets? You're good to go." Now some keywords. Bin. A plastic container used for your items during security check. Scanner. The machine you walk through. Alarm. A loud sound when something isn't right. Pockets. Small spaces in your clothes where you keep things. After security, I put on my shoes and collected my things. I took a deep breath. I did it, I thought. Now it was time to find gate B12 and wait for boarding. I was almost ready to fly. After going through security, I finally arrived at gate B12. I looked up at the big screen showing flight information. My flight to New York was listed as on time, and there was an announcement. Now, boarding for flight 1222 to New York. I felt excited, but still a little nervous. I had some time before boarding, so I decided to grab a snack. I went to the small cafe near the gate. "Can I have a bottle of water and a sandwich, please?" I asked, using my best English. "Sure," the cashier replied, smiling. "That will be $8.50. I paid and took my food. I noticed a man sitting next to me, and I decided to start a conversation. "Excuse me, is this the gate for New York?" I asked. "Yes, it is," he replied. I smiled and said, "Great. Thanks." Before I knew it, the announcement came. "Final call for flight 1222. Please proceed to gate B12. I grabbed my bag and stood up. It was time to board the plane. I was one step closer to New York. Now that Sofia has made it through security, let's review some key phrases she used at the airport. These expressions are super useful for your own travels, and repeating them will help you sound more natural in English. 1. You're all set. This phrase means everything is ready, or good to go. The staff used it to let Sofia know that she was ready to board the flight. 2. Please remove your shoes. This is a common request at airport security. When you go through security, they often ask you to remove your shoes for scanning. It's a simple but important phrase. 3. Now boarding. This is used when it's time to get on the plane. You'll hear it at the gate when it's your turn to board the flight. It's a key phrase to listen for. 4. Is this the gate for... When you're unsure which gate your flight is at, this phrase comes in handy. It's a great way to confirm the details. Tips for sounding natural. When you say, "You're all set," say it with a positive tone to make it sound friendly and confident. Remember, boarding pass is more commonly used than ticket when referring to the document that allows you to board the plane. Common mistakes to avoid. Don't say ticket when you mean boarding pass. While both terms are related to your flight, boarding pass is the one used at the gate. Now, let's practice. I want you to think about these situations and try to use the phrases we just reviewed. I'll give you some mini challenges. 1. How would you ask for help at security? Imagine you don't understand a part of the security process. How would you politely ask for assistance in English? 2. What do you say if someone asks, "Where are you flying to?" Think about how you would answer this question in English. Where are you going on your trip? Take a moment and repeat the answers out loud. Practice makes perfect. Now, here's your challenge. Write one of these phrases in the comments section below. It could be something you'd use when traveling, like asking about your gate or getting help from the staff. Sofia is now on the plane, ready to fly to New York. She feels confident, knowing she's prepared to handle any situation in English at the airport. Remember, you don't have to speak perfectly. You just have to try. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to fluency. Today, you learned some important phrases for navigating the airport, and you practiced how to use them. Keep practicing, and soon enough, you'll feel confident using these expressions in real-life situations. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and watch the next story to keep improving.